Hey, what's up? This is LeBauer, and today I'm really excited to share with you something brand new. I think it's going to change a ton in our profession. It's called the CashPT directory. This is the comprehensive directory for cash-based and out-of-network physical therapy clinics so that you can find trusted therapy services for your family, friends, and patients. Because I see all the time people posting in different groups, hey, is there someone in Denver? Do you know someone in Miami or in Atlanta or Wapakoneta, Ohio, etc.? You know, in the middle of nowhere, like who's where? And instead of just creating just like some database spreadsheet, we've been working hard to create an interactive website that's going to allow you to search the map and search your location so that you can find people. Because haven't you ever had an opportunity where someone said, hey, Dr. LeBauer, I'm traveling to California for a week for work and I need a therapist out there. And it's like, how do I find other therapists? Well, this is going to be the hub for that. Or your family or friend lives somewhere else. You need to find a therapist. And it's hard, like especially in LA or New York, like how do I search through and find someone who I can trust, who I know kind of how they treat, and it's not going to be a PT mill I'm sending them to. And it's going to be someone that's going to take the time to care for them and listen to them the same way I am. So this is called the CashPT directory. So what I'm going to do right now is walk you through how to join the CashPT directory and create a listing. Before we get into it, what I would love is for you to share the, sign up, but share the CashPT directory with your friends on Facebook, Instagram, etc. Once you create your listing, share it. This is a directory primarily, it's a business-to-business directory. Yeah, you can share it with your patients if they're traveling, but it's really meant for you to search. And if I was going to, like, say, call it a directory for patients for searching, we would come up with a different title than CashPT directory, and that may be something that we'll do in the future. But for now, I just want you to know, like, this is primarily for you, and for you to help other physical therapists understand what you do and how you take care of patients. So we're going to, as we describe the listings, my plan is to create a listing that gives other physical therapists an understanding of what we do rather than how I might speak to a potential patient. Make sense? Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do when you come to the CashPT directory, you go to cashptdirectory.com. Come over here to join now. I got to do sign up here. info@LeBauerPT.com, register. So I've registered. Now I'm going to go to sign in. And info and paste my thing. Boom, redirecting. All right, there we go. And so now I've got, all right, now I'm logged in. I can search. So right now we've got a couple test listings, but once people are on here, you'll see it's just going to dot the landscape, and we'll come back here in a second. So what I'm going to do is go over to the plus sign, click on that. Okay, now what we're going to do is submit your listing. So this is how you fill out your listing. You're just going to come on this page, and we're going to add details. Listing title, this is like the name of your practice, LeBauer Physical Therapy. If you have multiple locations, you're going to create a listing for each location. So this might be LeBauer Physical Therapy downtown. And then come back later and you're going to do the next listing because you're going to choose a different address, different phone number, maybe not, different hours, etc. So that might be the neighborhood. So it might be Irving Park, which is the neighborhood I grew up in. Or it could be LeBauer Physical Therapy, Greensboro. And then the next one, or it might be High Point. So just modify the listing title based on the location, not just the address. You could just do LeBauer Physical Therapy and have multiple addresses, and no big deal. But the listing title could be something where you help modify or understand where those are. The search will still bring it up. But if a patient or another therapist is trying to figure out, okay, which listing is this one, that could be a helpful aspect. So you're going to come down here to city. And you're going to type in, Greensboro, and as soon as I do, I'm going to click Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm putting my phone number, 336-271. 6677. And then website, highlight it, you do copy, you come back in and you do website, paste, boom. And then address. So I'm going to type in 319 SMY Smyers Place, Greensboro. And that's the search by Google. You could do manual coordinates, which is going to be like latitude, longitude, and you can drop a pin. What I would suggest is doing search by Google, and then if that's not correct, you're going to come back in and you'll drop the pin and it'll allow you to kind of drag it to where you want it to be. Okay. Now business hours. These aren't correct, so I'm just going to remove them. It's going to be really easy to add, so I'm just going to go in and do Monday, do 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and I can do add, and it automatically updates the days, so I can do that. And then category. There's only one category, and that's physical therapy. Let's just say right now you have a business that's not a physical therapy practice, you're occupational therapist, acupuncture, chiropractor, massage therapist, etc., and you want to be listed. That's totally cool. We just had to have a category section, and we don't want people to have to search through multiple categories, so just choose the physical therapy category for right now. If it's wrong in the future, we'll do it, but I don't plan on having that. It was much easier in search not to have categories as part of the search, but we have to have you just choose a category here. So description, this is where you're going to describe your business. And remember, I want you to describe it so another physical therapist could understand what you're doing, versus how I teach sometimes to describe your business in a way that patients will understand. Remember, this is a business-to-business directory, so I really want you to just give me an understanding as another physical therapist about what you do and how you're different, etc., and the types of patients you treat. For right now, what I'm going to do is just go to our website and copy-paste some one of our descriptions that we have on here, and just put that in here. And I'll come back in and update it a little bit later. We also have this FAQ section. And right now what you could do is, instead of like frequently asked questions for me, or it might be for patients, it might be, what are your certifications? And you would type that in and you put in like SFMA 1 and 2, dry needling 1 and 2, but I don't care, I don't really care, but maybe you would put like myopain, right? So I know, oh, this person does dry needling, but they also did it through the same place where I studied. And then you might have one that was more like specialties. And that could be the types of patients, athletes, women's health, chronic pain, etc. And then what we need you to do is just, you don't have to do this, but I recommend put in your Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube URLs. If you have a clinic, Twitter, LinkedIn, or Google+, they're kind of old. You could put those in, but you don't necessarily need to. So what you're going to do is go to YouTube. Let me go back here. Boom. And you go to your YouTube homepage, and you are going to select your channel URL. And our channel URL is this one. It's a vanity URL, but when I'm searching it, it doesn't always come up. You see that it takes you there. So that's my LeBauer PT one. So I'm going to go put that here. Boom. Facebook. I know it's facebook.com/LeBauer PT. If you don't know what your URL is, you're going to go to Facebook and you look up LeBauer Physical Therapy. Click on it. Click on it again. And then right up here, you're going to click on it, highlight it. You're going to do copy. Come over to the CashPT directory and do Facebook and do right click paste. Boom. And same thing with Instagram. What we're going to do is open up Insta and search LeBauer. LeBauer PT, LeBauer Physical Therapy, and copy, paste. Keywords. Right now, we're not really using these for search. We're mostly using the search based on location. So I don't think that those are super necessary. Maybe you would put, if there was a neighborhood or description, instead of just Los Angeles, you put like Marina Del Rey in here, etc. That may be helpful, but right now we're not really using that because it's just really a search based on location. We may come back in the future. There may be a reason to do this, and I will let you know by shooting out an email to you. So business video, you're just gonna come over to YouTube, and you can go grab any one of your videos. You grab testimonials, etc. But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab our clinic tour video, and I'm gonna copy and paste that URL right in there. So this is just like the tour of our clinic. And then what I'm gonna do right now is just do save and preview, just because I've put in some work. And let's see what happens. Oh, great. My listing's pending. So we don't need to publish it now. I'll show you how to do that in a second. But all right, so we've done a little save. I just wanted to make sure that everything's right. And then, all right, how do we go back in and edit my listing again? Let me see if we can. I just gotta drag this up. At the bottom of your screen, you're gonna see there's an edit and publish. You could publish it now, but let's go back and edit because we wanna add some pictures. So we're gonna edit your listing. And let's go in and let's do browse files, so images here. Okay, so I know which image that I want. And so there's a difference between this image and the featured image. These are gonna be the same image because I want the front of my, my clinic in our profile, but the featured image is when it comes up in the search. And so you wanna choose a image for the featured image as well. All right, and then let's go ahead and let's just do update and preview again. Yay! All right, so perfect. All right, now we've got the video or the picture. Okay, let's go back and edit again. When you go in here to upload your images, I want you to upload one at a time. I just tried uploading multiples at once, and the image files are big enough and it really didn't like it. So we've chosen this image. We're gonna go in and do browse, and I'm gonna upload my preview image, and then I'm gonna do update and preview. And then you can come back in and upload a business logo. But right now the logo isn't really showing anywhere. So we're gonna do this one and then we'll publish it and I'll show you what this looks like. All right, boom. So here's the preview. My listing is pending, so let's publish it. So you're gonna come down to this right lower corner and hit publish. And boom, there it is. So you can see here's certifications, specialties. Here's a description, links, and just double check that all your links work, your location's right. You see here, this isn't quite right. So before I go preview it in the directory, let's go and fix a couple things. So we're just gonna go to edit, and I'll show you this. What I'm gonna do is go to drop pin, and I can zoom in. Okay, I'm gonna click the little plus button all the way. And you see it's just the wrong building, so I'm just gonna drag this right there. And then I can click close. And then we're gonna do update and preview. Boom, and that's correct. That's the correct location. All right, and as I said, there's another spot for your business logo, and you can put that here. Right now, the logo isn't really showing up anywhere on any of the listings, so it's not really that necessary. And if for some reason the logo option's not here when you're coming, it's because we turned it off because it's not really showing up the way we've had this set up. And so I'm gonna do update and preview, and I'm gonna come back and add one more picture to our listing because that's kind of how I want it. Is I'm gonna scroll right down here and browse files, so you can do multiple files there. Group shots, let's get this one in there. and you'll see how it shows up on the listing. Boom. And so now I've got my 2 pictures here. And so then you can share it. You can get a share link. You could save it if you want to, or you just come up here and highlight this, and you can copy and paste and share this with people. But let's go in here and try this. Watch this. Greensboro, North Carolina. So when someone goes to search Greensboro, North Carolina, your listing is going to come up. Remember, this is that preview image, not like the regular image, and it should come up with a little thing here. And as we get more people on here, this will fill with more clinics, and it'll geolocate you. So let's go back to the home page, and now our clinic shows up. So that's how you add a listing. So if you add just one quick caveat, and you might have seen it as you went through, I had trouble uploading multiple images at a time because they're really large images and likely it timed out. So make sure you save your listing before you upload images and then between each image. And that's really what was happening, because these are really large files that we have from professional photographers I was trying to upload. So in crunching it and taking that much time, it didn't like it when I did all of them at the once. So if that's a problem, just try it again. And so welcome to the CashPT directory. Have a look around the site. There is going to be some information on here, some helpful tips for marketing, etc. Be sure you check out all the resources we provide you, and share the CashPT directory with your friends and colleagues and in the groups where you're in, so we can get as many people listed on here as possible, so that it's really easy for you to find good quality, comprehensive physical therapy and rehabilitation services for yourself, your friends, your family, your colleagues, and your patients as they move and travel around the country and in the world. Thank you so much. This is Aaron LeBauer. Be sure to check out all of our resources and everything over in the CashPT Nation on Facebook and at aaronlebauer.com. Have a great day.